Hello horsemen and welcome back to the Imperfect Equestrian. We're at the village that's just down the road from us. There's some of the fields and JJ loaded up lovely today and we're going to go out for a nice ride through the village.
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack, I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect, we all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got.
So we set out to explore the village and a new to us Bridleway. We were so lucky to have such good weather to come out and explore today. Go. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. Well, here we are at the next village from where I live, and already there's been 3 tractors, 2 vintage ones and a great big one with a muck trailer, and that's just as we came from the car park. Let's see what else we can encounter in the village today. Oops. Today I've been having Wi-Fi woes at home. We've been having a lot of trouble with our internet. We were with EE and we really wanted to change to Starlink because our upload speeds and download speeds are like ridiculous. And she's used to going down that lane there, but we're not going down there today. So it's very difficult to actually upload videos that you watch. It can take a couple of days, and if it fails then it takes a couple more days to do. So we spoke to EE again today, and what we found out when we spoke to them today was that actually we've got fibre now installed in our area, whereas it's never been there before. So I was a bit surprised because we're out in the middle of the countryside and I haven't seen anyone working around near our house, so it was a surprise to me. But it does mean that we can, without breaking our contract, which they said would cost like about £700 to break the contract, so it's just not possible to do, we can actually transfer to fibre. And if it didn't work, because we're planning on moving houses, you know, if it didn't work later on, then at a different house, then it just cancels without any charge if they can't provide it. So it's a much better deal than having to pay a lot of money to cancel it. So we're going to give that a go, see how it goes. But for today, I actually had a friend recommend to me to come up to, there's a 5G mast, an EE 5G mast at the end of this village, and she said, take your car, go park near it, near the football ground, and sit there, and it will, thank you, and it will upload there. So I'd had the latest video uploading overnight, and for 14 hours it had got to about 36%, and then we'd been out for a little walk and a drive and we got it up to about 46%. So we're talking about 14 hours to get that much uploaded. Then I went and sat down here in the car at the 5G mast, and 6 minutes the rest of the video was uploaded. So that's a big difference really. She's taken a good look around. It's really quite windy today. It's got nicer this afternoon, a little bit warmer than it was this morning, but the wind is certainly picking up, so we could have some spooky sessions. My plan is, if I can, to ride through the village, and there's a bridleway at the other side of the village which I haven't been to before, and I don't want to go that far onto it, but if it's not too discouraging with the wind for it, because it's a little bit open there, I want to have a look down that bridleway, perhaps ride up the hill there. If she's been really good, we'll go all the way over the hill to the road on the other side just to explore it. But this is just, we'll see how we go. JJ's had a mane trim. Hopefully I managed to get a video together, so maybe you've seen that one already. She's got a butterfly, which does look a bit more like a bat at the minute. I'm going to try and salvage it later. And a bow. Now the bow looks very good, and I could do with doing another 3 of those at some point on the mane. Not now, but another time. It looks really good. Just people. Good girl. Good girl. There we are. Just people. Good girl. Hello. Good girl. She's a little bit lucky at the people, but not too bad. Nice sprightly step in her because we're out somewhere new. This is how I thought she'd be in the woods the other day, but she got to the point where she was a bit nappy, didn't she? I don't think she'll be nappy too much today unless she's worried, and so I'll take that as a valid point if she stops today. Nice to get out somewhere a little bit different. Things are catching the wind and making strange sound. There's something that sounds a little bit like one of those football rattles going around. I'm sure it's just a sign catching the wind and vibrating. I like to drink green tea, and I ran out on Saturday, and we thought a lot of the shops might be shut on Sunday, which they actually weren't, but I thought they might be. So we tried to be clever, and we looked at Amazon Prime, and it said that they would deliver the next day. So we thought, well, if it says that, then surely they will deliver the next day. So we ordered it for Easter Sunday, and it didn't arrive. Obviously they had given all their employees the day off, so it's arriving today, but that also meant that I had to go this morning without tea. We did actually go to a shop yesterday that was open. We passed on and thought, oh, we'll stop and get some stuff, but when we stopped, thank you, it's an electric car. She didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there, to be fair. That's the problem with these electric cars, but I do believe they give you a button to make noise when you're in the countryside, so please use that button, people, if you have an electric car and you're near horses. What was I saying? So the tea, yeah, we did stop at a shop, and I had the opportunity to buy some tea there, but I knew we'd ordered some, and I didn't want the tea to arrive, and we'd already bought some, so it's my own fault. I should have bought some anyway. Did have rather a pleasant walk yesterday, though. We went to Rosebush, which some of my friends said you can ride around. And to be fair, it didn't look like I could park anywhere if I took the trailer there, but they assure me you can. And we just walked the dog around there, so that was nice. Lovely day for it. Thank you. She was a very good girl, and actually it was her birthday on Friday. She was 5 years old, but it was raining all Friday, so we couldn't take her anywhere special on Friday. So it was nice that we got her out yesterday for a walk there. It's like mostly woodland, but there's a quarry there as well, kind of wetland woodland. And the quarry has got a really nice pool. We didn't take the dog up there though, because there's some steep drops right by it, and although it's safe enough for you to walk up there, you're not near the steep drops. If you have a loose dog, there's a chance they might accidentally go over the edge, so we don't tend to do that. Ooh, good girl. Go on, you can go. Cheers. She's trying to go into the road, but they let those cars go first anyway, so that didn't matter. But yeah, there's really, people go cold water swimming there. It's not big, but it's very, very, very pretty. So me and Pete have been there without the dog a couple of times. There was a pub there as well, which is a really strange little pub. I think it's like an old railway tavern or something like that. But there's no railway around there now. And it's all made, I don't know if it's completely made of tin, but the outside's completely tin. It might have something else on the inside. And when we went in, I didn't notice it straight away, but Pete did. It has sawdust all over the floor inside, so it's kind of like being in a sparsely sawdusted stable. It's a bit strange. And I'd never heard of this before, but Pete had heard of it, and it's called spit and sawdust, and it's a really old traditional thing where you have, when they had people that would either spit tobacco on the floor or spill their beer or even vomit on the floor if they'd had a bit too much to drink, and it was there to make it easy to sweep up. And I did say to Pete, I said, how often do you think they clean that floor? Do you think they sweep it quite often, or do you think they leave it quite a long time because it's soaking up stuff? I don't really know how the cleaning works. It didn't look fresh, new sawdust, put it that way. So we've never been up this piece here. This is all new. Good girl. Hello. Good. It is lovely. There's a house up here behind the bushes on the right. I don't unfortunately think you'll be able to see it. And according to Zoopla, it has never been sold. So it's obviously always been in the same family. Don't know if you can see off to the right there, a little bit white house behind the bushes. And basically, me and Pete would love that house. It's got almost everything we'd like. It's kind of in a village, but away from a village. It's not too close to the neighbours. It's got a few acres for horses. It's got an arena. It's got a smallish pond that's big enough to put fish into fish. Just lacks woodland, really. That's all it lacks. So I keep saying to him, it's not on the market because we're not ready to buy it. But I don't think it'll ever come up in our lifetime if it's always been in the same family, unfortunately. I'd love to live there though, and this village has got a lot of horse people in, so if we lived there we'd also have a lot of horse friends to ride out with. Some lovely views from here. Good girl, JJ. Shall we try a little trot? Good girl. While she's feeling sprightly, might as well. Good girl. Good girl. A short trot, that's okay. Good girl. We can hear a lamb. I can't see any sheep though. Yep, definitely hear a lamb. Must be over the hill. There's quite a few newborn lambs around at the minute. I don't know if you can see ahead or not into there's a hill ahead, but that is apparently where the little bridleway bit is. Yeah, there's lots of black sheep here. Could be a lamb to do with them. So that's where we're heading, that bridleway ahead on the hill. There's a sport ground down here. It's only like a bit of a field really, and it's here for play all the local football matches here. So the village we used to live in before we moved to this area, I keep seeing their team advertised as a little board at the end of the road as being here. She's getting a little upset about the lambs barring. Not got that many sheep by us, so she might not be that familiar with the sound. Look like little dogs actually. The little lambs of these are like black and white and tan. Right, we've got two cars coming up now. Cute, really cute. One in front and one behind. Now the one behind sounds a bit like it's in a rush. Thank you. So hopefully this car will have slowed it down to go past us. Thank you. Thank you. Now, unfortunately, my main trim is not displaying to the people in the car today. They'll see a little bit of the weird shapes on this side, but nothing that makes any sense because I've got a little bit of stunted growth from my last trim on this side at the minute. So I didn't really have an appropriate amount of whites to do it properly. I'll have to hog it off at some point, but I need to leave a little bit here at the base of the neck for me to grab when I get in the saddle. It helps me a little bit. Don't always find a mountain block, unfortunately. Right, we're going to be turning left here, so we'll have to be a little bit careful if there's any traffic come, because there's a couple of corners that are hard for people to see round. And on this corner here, you'll see a great big mast, and that's the 5G mast, the E5G mast that we mentioned earlier. So that I came and parked just over the side of the road here and waited 6 minutes for it to all upload. It's not that far from home. Shame there's not some sort of football match on today. Would have been interesting to see how she was riding past it, all the noise, especially because I don't know if she can actually see over that ridge there. I can now, I'm on her, but we can't when we're in the car. But basically the football ground's on the right at the moment, Now here's where there's a little bit of a dodgy corner. If traffic come round, they can come round fast, they don't know we're here. But it is a double width road, so essentially we should be okay. And then we're going to be turning off to the right and trying to find the bridleway. Other than turning here, I don't know exactly where it goes, so I'm hoping it's obvious to see. It's a nice sign there. Signal, but I don't think there's anyone to signal to. JJ, we're going up there. Good girl. Good girl. It's the first time she's stopped. A little bit jumpy she is. I felt a little jump. Go on. Walk on. Walk on. I think she's just worried. There's a lot of sounds. There's a tractor in the farm behind us. There's a dog barking. Car just went past us. And now I'm asking her to turn off into a new route. Don't forget she's never been here before. So I'm taking all the nappiness today as a bit more validation that she just needs a minute or two to consider what's going on. Good girl. Wait for her to relax a minute. Good girl. Got geese and lambs. Oh, it's all happening. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. It's a little bit of a stonier track as well. She's not always keen on because her hooves can sometimes pick up stones. Walk on. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. Walk on. JJ. Come on. Oh, she's pooping. Oh, wait a minute. Good girl. Walk on. I have actually brought the drone out with me, but I do feel it's probably a bit too windy to be flying, to be fair. Walk on. Good girl. Good girl. There's a good girl. Good girl. Just let her figure out this flooring herself. Give her a bit more rope on her neck. Not the best. So I've never been down here before. I've been through the village in the car, but this is completely new to me. And JJ. Some big sheep in there. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's it. Let her have her head to balance herself on these stones. They do feel very awkward for her to walk over. Oh, we heard a horsey. We heard a horsey, so a bit more. Oh, horses ahead. Could be interesting. Hopefully they're in a field. They don't really look like they're much in a field, to be fair. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Well, at least she didn't run off to meet them. I thought she might kind of speed off forward then. I think there is a bit of a fence there. But it just looked like a little ridge. But I think it's a bush and a fence. Should be okay. I thought they might be coming down the track to join us. That's a nice gateway. Look at the dog on it. It's really nice. Ooh, getting even bumpier on the ground, unfortunately. That's possibly had something to do with her not wanting to run off. There we are, lovely horses. Oh, horse, I thought it was two. There is two. Say hello, good girl. Oh, there's some lambs on the left as well. Go on, walk on. JJ, walk on. Good girl. Good girl. She's very curious. There's literally a pen with a couple of sheep and lambs in and some horses on the right. So she's a little bit overwhelmed with information. Walk on. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. Here's another horse. That's a Texel. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. There we are. There we are. We'll come back and see them on the way back. We will. Good girl, walk on. Walk on. Walk on. JJ, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She can't see. Doesn't make sense to her to keep walking over stony stones when she could stay with friends here. Good girl. Good girl. So let her have her head again to sort out where she is. It looks to maybe get a bit smoother up ahead. Hopefully. Good girl. If we make it up and over here, then you could go around the road and loop back, and it would come out ahead of where we went in, but it'd take us a bit longer to do that. Seems to be a sign on the left saying you're not allowed any caravans on this piece of land. So there must have been some people living here at one point. What a nice place that would have been to live. Lots of nice views. Good access track. Very nice. Good girl. It is moving off a little bit, but some bits are still bumpy. She's picking away though. Good girl. Good girl. If I'd known it was this stony, I probably would have put her boots on. Somebody's asked me to include in a video about the boots that she wears when she wears them. So I shall do my best to have a go of that, but I'll probably do a short, so it's just on about the boots rather than a whole long video, but we'll see. I'm not actually any kind of expert in them, and I did have a lot of help with it. There's usually some companies around, like I used a hoof boutique. I'm in the UK, and they were very, very helpful. I just measured the hoof, sent photographs to them of me measuring the hoof, and they sent back to me a list of boots they thought would be suitable for my horse's hooves, and then I picked from those, and they told me which sizes would be most likely best. And then you can, if you want, you can hire from them that size to try, and also even if you buy them, if you try yes darling, lots of smells and sounds, if you try them on a blanket or something so they don't get dirty, you can actually still return them. So they were very, very helpful. I measured up Comanche and JJ through them, but I will do my best to show people how they are. I quite fancy getting some flex boots at some points in the future. The what do I have? The Trek boots, I think I have. They fit nice, but they're quite round, which suit JJ very well. And they kind of work on Comanche, but he's got a little bit more of a oblong type foot. She's a little bit worried about the black there on the sound of the good girl of the black bags on the hay bales. So wait a minute, it's windy. I'm sure when it's not windy, this would be lovely to put the drone up round here. And that was my idea, but there is a hell of a gust blowing, and I just don't fancy dealing with it today. I was a bit of a hope that when I came here, there might be like a protection bit from the hill, and maybe the wind was coming the other way, and it might be like not so windy here, and that I could put the drone up. But it hasn't worked out that way. It's very windy, very open. Well, so far it's easy to follow the bridle path, because I could see from a distance there's lots of pathways on the hill. So I was a bit worried. Yeah, good girl. A bit worried that there would be lots of paths and I wouldn't know which one was the correct one. But they don't seem to intertwine. It just seems to continue through. And actually, surprisingly to me, it doesn't seem to go up the hill. We just seem to be going straight. So I thought we'd be going up and over that hill. Oh my gosh, it's so stony. She's doing a grand job though. I picked out her hooves beforehand, because although the stones can just get caught between her frog and the other part of the hoof. Oh, some more horses in that field. We'll see them when we come back. They're not calling to her though. No, now they are. she'll probably want to stay here for a minute now. Yeah, it does help if I get all the mud out as well, because obviously the mud helps the stones stick in, and that just makes it uncomfortable for her. Good girl. So you're meeting lots of friends down here. They're all coming to the fence now to see you. You can't quite see it at the minute. We'll probably see them on the way back. There's a beautiful palomino, bay, and it looks like a chestnut. Maybe they'll come up to the gate and you'll see them then. Walk on. There you go. You can see one of them a bit, I think. Right, let's see if she'll carry on. Walk on. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. Good girl. Keep going. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Come on. Good girl. There we go. Good girl. It's a little bit of a balance with these stony areas. I'm giving her her head so that she can balance and move around, and she's doing a really good job. But every now and again something will spook her because of the wind, and then I have to show up my reins pretty quick. Although so far she hasn't gone off anywhere. Like I said, she's probably put off running off anywhere from the amount of stones she'd have to run over. Gosh, you wouldn't want to bring a horse with very sensitive feet over this. I actually think there's a house down here. Good girl. A couple of garden bits. Walk on. Good girl. It's a lovely little place too. A little nook in the world. Good girl. Good girl. The wind's died down a little bit here. I can see a car ahead as well. Good girl. Good girl, walk on. But we have a little bit of tree protection just for a short stretch, I can see. Good girl. I can't believe how well she's doing with these stones. Ooh, she's trying to get on the grass a bit. Don't really want to go on the grass, it's somebody's grass. Go on off, JJ. JJ. Right, she's going to have to go back on the stones now because we've run out of grass. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. It's going to go a little bit smoother again over here. That's good. And this would actually also be able to join up with the bridleway. I don't know if any of you remember the episode where I took a bridleway apart on a road, and we took a bridleway up a big hill, and then there was a part of that bridleway where it was not repaired yet. I think it may have been mostly repaired now, and JJ got a bridle stuck on a tree and broke the bridle, so I had to kind of walk back with her on the head collar. It joins up with those bridleway networks there. I can see it would be very tempting to go back around the road this way because of how stony it's been. There we are. Go a little further. I think we may not even go all the way over this because it's just so stony. And because I'm planning on going back that way, I don't know if it'd be fair. Ooh, bits of metal making sounds. Good girl. Good girl. Well done, JJ. Girl. Walk on. Walk on. some stables here. I wonder if that's for the horses we've already passed. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Good girl. Good girl. I don't see any signs, so I presume the Bridleway keeps going. Oh, there's some more horses. It's not for those horses. Lots of horses down here. Good girl. Hello, you're right. Oh, good girl. It's a girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. More ponies. More pony friends. Yeah. Walk on. Walk on. Good girl. Yeah. So there's a bright bay, a dark bay, and a little palomino. So almost the same combination as before. Not quite. It's not a chestnut. I don't think it is. Actually, it could be a dark chestnut. It does look a bit red, that tail. So, good girl. Good girl, walk on. Bit of a drop in the path on the left. I don't like it when there's things like that. Ooh. Good girl. I think we'll probably just go to the top of this hill piece to have a look, and then we'll probably go back. Hello, friends. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Good girl. Walk on. Come on. Come on. Walk on. JJ. Oh, yes, yes, friends everywhere. Come on. Good girl. There we are. Bit of a smoother path on the right here. Go on. Good girl. Walk on. So lots of weird wind sounds going through. There's some fir trees on the left. Walk on. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. Good girl. Good girl. Seems to be walking halfway between the two bits. Don't really want her to drop down into that bit there. It's not that much further down, but it's a bit, would make her unsteady. She could tumble. Good girl. Can't be that bad if she's starting to think about food. Come on. Walk on. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. Eating the heather. Would be a much nicer ride with a friend, this. Now, it's not really anywhere to turn around here, unfortunately. Have to keep going for a minute until we find somewhere. So give her a chance to show me she can be sensible and not just drop down. Good girl. Didn't even know they like to eat heather. It seems a bit harsh. A bit like eating twigs and straw. Right. Well, obviously it goes on and on from here. I didn't realise the length of this path. I thought it was just a little short up and over to next road. But now we've flattened off a bit, I can probably turn around in a second. There's a bit of a flat bit up here. We'll turn around there. I don't think there's much value to keep going today. Come on. Walk on. That's it. Right, it's as flat as we're getting, I think, so let's turn around. Oh, not in the bush, JJ, sorry. It's hard for her because she can misunderstand where I'm sending her. Oh, good girl. And look at the views this way. It's almost better coming back. We've been going uphill slightly this way. we are. Nice and sprightly again going back, and now we can appreciate again how windy it is, because actually I think we must have been travelling with the wind a bit. I didn't feel it that much coming up the hill, but now we've turned around, it's right in my face again. So yeah, definitely a no drone day, unfortunately. I feel like I can hear a small plane, but it might actually be there's some electric fence in this next field, and it might actually just be the wind vibrating through there. Or even there's lots of the wind turbines. They don't usually make that sound, but they could be doing today. It's quite shocking how windy it is up this area actually. And now I'm coming back, I'm just noticing that there's a blue house on the left with a caravan up there. Lots of hidden little houses down this Roxy road down here. These horses in this field are not quite as bothered about JJ as the other ones were, neighing at her. Come on, good girl. She wants to look at her friends again. Good girl. There's some poles in the field, so they either ride or do some ground exercises. Not just paddock what do you call them? Pasture ornaments. Comanche's mostly a pasture ornament now. Bless him. Oh. He loved his groom the other day. I gave him a big groom because of they're all molting at the minute. Go on the up bit. It's a bit smoother. Good girl. There we go. And he absolutely adored how much we brushed him. He never used to like grooming. He likes scratches when he's molting, but he's not a big fan of grooming. But surprisingly the other day he was definitely up for it. Very much so. Ooh, windy woo. There we go. Good girl. Oh, a tiny little Shetland in the stable. So small. Hello again. Good girl. So now we've got to go back over all these rocky roads to get back to the main road so we can go back to the trailer. Good girl. Look how well she coped with this stone. Head down to balance, finding a way through, giving her plenty of rain to do so. I can feel her body shifting as it needs to get around. Oh, we say, and she has to have a snack. She's like, it's hard work, mama. Or she's found a bit of a verge. There I am singing her praises about how well she's doing on difficult terrain, and she's cheating. It's not much of a verge, to be fair. It's all brambles. It's always funny from here when you see her forelock blowing backwards in the wind. Looks like she's got some sort of headdress, like a crown on or something, or like one of them, you know, the Brazilian carnival things with the feathers on top, something like that. Good girl. A little bit smoother for a second. Ooh. There's no good going on there, JJ. We've got to go off. She's seen a smooth bit, but unfortunately it doesn't help us get out of the situation. She says, I see the grass again. I'm going to go back on the grass. JJ, I wish you'd stay on the stones. This is somebody's lawn, you know. If you're watching, whoever that is, we do apologise. Hopefully it'll be alright, because it looks in a winter condition, shall we say. Not nicely mown summer condition. It looks like there's lots of little pathways off onto the heathland. So I wonder if it's common land, that if you've got a dog you could walk over there. I'm not too sure of the situation. I'd have to ask someone. But that could be interesting. Ooh. Good girl. Come on. There's a drop there, so it's not good to be on that bit. Ooh, bless her. Going back to her neighing friends. Good girl. Keep going. You're doing so well. I'm very proud of you today, JJ. Good girl. Showing off the sure-footedness of her breed. It's not quite a mountain, but might as well be for how rocky it is. I can hear one of the other ponies calling. Bless her. Good girl, JJ. Good girl. Yeah, you can hear your friends. It's so warm today when the sun's not the sun, when the wind is not on you. So it's currently Easter weekend. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not. So it's Easter Monday. Oh my gosh, the wind. I see a child on a bike, so we'll try not to run them over. And hopefully JJ won't be too scared of them either. Come on. They're in red, so maybe she will be a bit. Her friends are here. Don't know if you can see them in the field there. Yeah, it's Easter Monday at the moment. So I've had a nice weekend. Come on, JJ, good girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Like I said, it was raining for 2 of the days. Trying to think what we did. Oh, we did our friend's chow chow, groomed our friend's chow chow. And we went for a walk with Dreamer, like I told you. And today I'm riding. And I had a lovely big Easter egg yesterday. It was a Thornton's one and came with some truffles as well. Do you know, this year I get like lots of single Easter eggs, you know, the ones that like small and £1. I just like to have as many as I can. Greedy like that. But this year I decided I was just going to get one, and I wanted to get one that I really wanted. And I went around shops, and I didn't care if it was like 15 quid or something. I just wanted to get one that I really wanted. And I went around shops, and they were all just so boring. I couldn't find anything, so I kind of settled for a Thornton's one in the end. It was still from Morrison's, so it wasn't like actual from Thornton's, else it would have been a bit nicer. And it had truffles, so I thought it was a little bit different. But yeah, they were all just like normal. I wanted something a bit special, a bit different. Good girl. Good girl. Hi. How are you? Yeah, all right. You come for a bike ride and a dog walk. Well, it's supposed to be a butterfly and a bow in the main today, but the bow's all right, but the butterfly's a bit bat-like, so.
Beautiful girl. It's a good ride today, because after now walk slowly, it's not like Ruby.
It's our first time down this bit here, so it's a bit stonier than I thought.
You've been a clever girl today.
Yeah, been good today.
You've been clever today.
The only thing that made her jump a bit is we met our first electric car, and it come up behind us, and she was like, "Oh, what's that?"
They are very quiet.
Yeah. Hiya. Oh, right, we're off apparently. See you later. Bye. Good girl. That was our friends. I will go out for a ride with her at some point, but we haven't managed to sort out a good time. My husband is diabetic, so he doesn't really have Easter eggs, and to be fair, he's not really a chocolate lover anyway, not like me. So I got him, he doesn't mind Reese's, you know, the peanut butter and chocolate, which I think is absolutely vile, but he likes that. So I got him like you know, the cream egg size ones that are like small, and but they've got Reese's mixture inside. I got him one of those because I like to just feel that he's at least had an egg for Easter. I did offer to do him an egg on his toast in the morning, because he has toast in the morning. So I'm quite good at poached egg, not so good at scrambled, but I could give it a go, and reasonable-ish at fried eggs. So poached egg is the easiest one for me to do. But I did offer in case he wanted that kind of an egg, but he wasn't up for it. All this stone here is such pretty colours. It's all the same kind of stone. It's all reds and blues and greys and greens, and it's amazing the colours in there. I think it's probably slate of some description. Welsh slate. I don't know. 2 more ponies to go past before we get back to the main road. She'll be very relieved to be on tarmac, I'm sure. Good girl. Here they are, her 2 little friends on the left. They're behind the hedge a bit now, so I don't know if you can see them poking for a bit. She can hear the lambs again. Well, it's actually the mother now calling the Texel mother. Come on. The lamb did not look white, so I don't think it's a pure Texel lamb. I don't know if you've seen Texel sheep. They're the ones where the head's level with the body, and they've got kind of they look a bit like a bull terrier to me. That's what they look like. Like a strong head and very square stance. Hello. Good girl, JJ. Keep walking. Girl. She thinks you've got food. I'm not walking. Good girl. Go on. Go on. Go on. Come on. Go on. It's not your food. Good girl. That's it's all right. It's fine. Go on. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. Walk on. Good girl. That's it. Good girl. Walk on. Come on. Walk on. Good girl. Good girl. The lady had some hay, and I think she was stopping and thinking it was snack time. Don't go on the grass. There we are. JJ, off, off, off. JJ, come on. Come on. No, we've got to go down there. That's the way home. Come on. Good girl. Careful, don't knock over people's stones. Good girl. I thought she was going to go in that lady's house then. She knows this is a really, really stony bit again. She didn't want to go on it. I can see they have tried to flatten it down. No, that's not a verge, that's a ditch. But unfortunately, they're big stones and they don't flatten very well. Oh, yeah, I can see that, JJ. I can see the road though, JJ. We are nearly there. You're doing so well. She's like, please, no more rocky stones. Keep going. I can hear another tractor, so hopefully we'll just miss that one. Yes, another big tractor, that one. Right, good girl, good girl. Doing very well. I don't know if you can see how rocky it is on the camera, because sometimes when things are a little bit far away, the camera makes them look a lot smoother than they actually are. But maybe you can see it because directly under us it's quite visible to me anyway. And I'm a little bit higher up than you are as the camera. There we go. I've seen a few bumblebees. Don't know if you saw that one fly by then. There's one in the stable earlier. Kept hovering by Comanche. Had to trust it that being a bee, he wouldn't just sting him for no reason. But it is a bit worrying when they're hovering around your horses like that. But it was a great big bumblebee, so it's very unlikely to have done any harm without hurting itself. So unless he kicked at it or something, maybe it would have tried. Just look for traffic. No traffic. We're safe. There we are. Back by the football grounds. And you should be able to see, as we travel back this way, the lovely view that we would get if we lived in that house that said we'd like to live in, because it overlooks all this valley view in this direction. And gosh, it's a big valley. When we get back on the straight bit there, we'll probably have a trot up to the village. Or I say up to the village, you know what she's like, we'll probably do a few metres and stop. She'll be tired now as well from having to work all her muscles to keep steady on the stones. I know we haven't done much fast work. Check there's no cars. Doesn't look like it. Can you see the big valley over there? Lovely. Right. Check everything's as secure as it can be for now. Hopefully. And off we go. Ooh, nearly. Come on. Oh, she's not keen. We are going uphill though. The recognition was there. Come on. That's it. Good girl. Good girl. Want at least a little bit now of asked, even if she stops again in a second. There we are. Very good effort, JJ. I appreciate it's uphill. I'd forgotten this bit was uphill, so I'm not going to push her. Some horse poop she's smelling. See if it's anyone she knows. It won't be. Car. Walk on. Good girl. Car coming up behind us. Thank you. We could hear that one. It has been a lovely ride and a lovely day today. And I'm so proud of how well she's done. We've not really had any napping. Apart from, I forgive her when there's horses and things around. Thank you. Can't blame her for stopping, and when the road's rocky, I don't really count that as napping, like the same as when we're on a road that we do all the time and she stops and says no. That's more nappy to me. She still has a right to express herself and say that she's unsure and things like that. Thank you. Something interesting ahead. I swear I just saw a guy on a bike with panniers that are like big and yellow. You might see the house we like on the left here now, and it'll be quite small on the camera, but that's it. And they've actually got 2 horses out in the field today. There's a lovely, it's at the bottom of the hill, the arena, and the pond, it's got a couple of ducks on today by the looks of it. It's just above the arena. I think it's a natural collection pond. I think he was taking a picture of his bike, the guy on the road. I've just seen him on the opposite side of the road with a camera. I can hear, sounds like construction things ahead. Bangy gate behind. Got some noises going on. Walk on. Walk on. So that was really stopping because there's lots of banging ahead in the village and a weird looking bike coming towards us. Good girl. Hello. You're right. Couldn't see anything special about the bike. Don't know why I was taking a picture of it. I thought maybe there was advertising on the yellow piece, but it didn't look like it. I do hope you've been able to hear me today. It is so windy. Don't know why I can hear something that sounds so much like construction work when I didn't see anything like that around here. I was thinking originally, when I come back into the village, that we would turn right at the crossroads and go back round down the lane and across the footpath that we would normally go down to our friend Debbie's. But I don't think we will today because she's going to be tired after all those stones. It took a lot of concentration and a lot of physical effort to keep balanced over there. Oh, there is a car behind us. Should be fine. Fine. Didn't hear them. The wind interrupted me quite a bit. Thank you. Very nice and respectful of them to just wait because it is quite a narrow road. So nice that that house has got ducks in the pond today. Never seen ducks in their pond. I don't think they're their ducks. I think they've just arrived. Very jealous. It's got a conservatory on the side. Not too big as a house. Some sort of extension on the other side. I presume the stables are attached to the house as well. Looks like a yard on the other side. Very nice indeed. Apart from needing a little bit more woodland, it's definitely on my dream house list. The wind is carrying sounds again. We heard a squeal. We hear a dog's bark. I'm sure, because she's sensitive to smell as well, that she can smell a million things as well that I can't. Nope. I think I can smell plants. Lots of plants is what I can smell. But apart from that, maybe meaning food to JJ wouldn't mean much else. Good girl. I feel like we never ride straight. On roads I seem to always be pulling a left to go nearer the edge, and then in other places like earlier I was pulling a right to get away from like the drop on the left, and we never seem to ride just straight. Oh, it's a very unusual cat. Mostly white, got a black tail, a little spot in its bum, and little black ears. Very strange. Nice day, pretty. Not too long now till we're back. Just a bit of a trip through the village. It's not a big village. It looks like they got a classic rally today. Some tractors, an old car. I don't actually know if this pub opens or not. Doesn't look open. There's people in there, might be open. But it also says hello autumn on the window, so maybe not. Might just be people who live there. We're very drifting over there at the minute. Use the stick a bit because I don't want her in the middle of the road because she thinks we're turning right. We're not turning right, we're going left, JJ. She wants to go down there. To be fair, that's where I was going to go, but not today. Because when we've been here before, we just do a loop. So we go from the hall across the footpath, and then it's a footpath that goes to a few friends' houses, so we're allowed down there with the horse, and then up the lane at the back, and then round to the crossroads and this way home. So she's kind of done this part before. Super quiet today, the village, apart from the odd tractor that we've had. I don't know if that's because it's Bank Holiday Monday. It's usually a bit more active, this village. Walk on. No, there's no ponies in the middle of the village. I know some of my friends went to see the Liberty Horse Show this weekend as well, so I'll be excited to hear how they've gotten there. And coming up soon as well, I should be having one of the Horsemanship West Wales ladies meetings. I've got some friends that are also going to, well, it's mechanical horse days. Should be fun for them. Unfortunately, that's on the same day that I'm going to the Horsemanship West Wales ladies meeting, so I shan't be going to the mechanical horse, but it sounded fun, and hopefully there'll be another one at some point in the future. It was like a workshop day where someone was bringing it along to a venue, I think, so lots of people get to go along and try it. I don't think it's there all the time, but it's only £30 to go, so that sounded very reasonable. My knees are starting to ache a little bit now. I don't have good knees. So the ride was that long that the camera actually ran out before we got back. So sorry you didn't see the last part going for the village. If you come with me a minute, we've gone from all the way from this car park to, if you can see in the distance, that hill over there. That's where we rode, the other side of that hill across there. So we went around the village and all the way around that way. So I'm going to load up JJ now and we'll be off home. Sit, good girl. Come on, Carrot. That's a good girl. Good girl, I'm just behind you. Good girl. Not quite as clean a loading as this morning. She's all loaded up and we're head home now. So we'll see you again next time. Hope you enjoyed our ride today, somewhere a bit different and a bit new. Bye!